Welcome back to the Krikke Boys Shootout preview show.
15 years ago, the Speedway community was rocked by the tragic deaths of Daryl and Jason Krikke, two Bunbury boys killed driving home from a Speedway meet in Perth.
They were cousins and best mates. Daryl was 21 and a promising young sprint car driver. Jason was just 18 and was his mechanic.
He was a young man on his, just on his way in life and doing his best, and he got into racing via a couple of different sponsors and people helping him out.
Well, Jason was a motor mechanic by doing an apprenticeship, and he got with Daryl on the race team.
My career took a bit of a lull when he started because I was more interested in what he was doing than what I was doing. So my boss was always saying, "Hey mate, you worry about your own racing, don't worry about the son." So
he sort of like was my wingman, so to speak. Used to hang with me, and and I sort of taught him the trade, so to speak. He used to make us laugh was the biggest thing. He was a real character.
I believe he would have been a good racer, but with Jason as his head mechanic, it would have went on to bigger and higher things.
Back then I'd crew for Daryl, and Jason was on the crew, and so we grew up, Sundays here washing race cars, and nights after school helping prep cars.
They were always together, always.
They just built a brand new race car for the team that he raced for. Between with Jason and the rest of the crew got together and put a brand new Gambler race car together, and they wanted to race it.
I was in Perth that night because they built that new car, and all they wanted to do was really give it a test.
White crosses at the roadside, a devastated family come to search for the sense in a tragedy.
Obviously on the way home, they'd relaxed and the tiredness started to set in after being awake all week building this car.
I wasn't with them, I was in a different car, and it's a pretty hard deal that, to come across and see all that.
This Holden Commodore left the old coast road at Mile Up just before 3 o'clock this morning, slammed into a tree.
It's a shame to see two good boys go, especially this way.
It's just one of those things, late night driving home from Perth. I've done it a million times myself, you get tired.
I mean, it's just tragic, two young guys like that, 21 and 18, and full life out of them.
Rock the car industry and, rock the Speedway fraternity.
Think of the good times, let's not dwell on the bad.
Probably wasn't so much us. I think the whole Speedway fraternity got together and thought this was an opportunity, not as a money-making opportunity, but an opportunity to remember the boys.
It rates in one of the top 3 races in Australia.
Now in its 14th year, this weekend's race is expected to be the biggest shootout yet.
I think that they think it'd be just great that it's such a big event.
I think it shows a lot of respect to the boys that actually passed away, and how much people are happy to get behind them and celebrate the race for the boys.
It's not a sad occasion, it's something that we sort of do in fun because that's what the rat bags are all about.
Every day you wake up, you need to deal with it. You get through the sad bit first. Once you got through that, then as the race comes around, it's you've got to be happy.
All you can say is thank you very much to all the people that have supported this event over the years from day one, and let's hope in many more years to come.
Ron and John Krikke join us now. Guys, thanks so much for your time. Ron, it's been 15 years. Does it get any easier?
I don't think it ever gets easier. The time marches on, and this happens to a lot of people all over the world. It's sort of something you just got to wear and live with and do your best with it. So as I say, it's that sort of thing. It doesn't get easier, but you learn to deal with it.
And John, what do you think the boys would think of all this? The fact that 15 years later their race is still going strong and only getting stronger?
Well, I think they'd be thinking, you know, for the quality of the race and how it's grown. I think they would love to be in and be in it. It's in everyone's memory. It's something that no one's going to forget. But you know, it's good for, you know, everybody comes here and joins into the race. And, you know, and the spectators, they come, you know, that just shows they have a lot of respect for the boys and for what we do here.
Thanks, Ron and John, for joining us. And Jasmine, it's nice of the dads to come on the show.
It is. I mean, no one knows better than them what this race is all about and what it means to the community.
Over the years, the Krikke Boys Memorial Race has carved out its own place in the hearts of Bunbury locals.
It's a 15-year tradition that's touched many parts of the community, and it's not just Speedway fans who get the benefits. Yes, there's a bit of raunch that goes along with the Krikke Boys Shootout. Every year, the Friday before the race, you'll find Bunbury's most buxom and beautiful at the Barbados Tavern Bikini Competition. But the spoils from the weekend also flow into the hands of the needy.
We actually cater for the homeless, less fortunate and the low-income people.
Leanne Gibbs runs the in-town lunch centre in Bunbury.
This year, we have been privileged to be given a donation from the Krikke Boys Memorial Shootout event of $2,000.
They're learning a number of things, from basic mechanics through to fundamentals of vehicle dynamics.
Even closer to the Krikke Boys' hearts, there's help for the Youth Drivers Training Centre.
Krikke Boys and the Speedway are our next door neighbours, and right from the very start there's been tremendous cooperation.
The race brings hundreds of people to Bunbury every year.
And what they do while they're here is they spend money in town. They go to shops, they go to restaurants, they buy local stuff, which is fantastic for our local business community.
And last year, Ron and John Krikke didn't disappoint. The two retired sprint car state champions got back behind the wheel to raise money for prostate cancer.
Coming up, how some of the year's top contenders are getting ready for the big race.
And improvements to the track, why Bunbury Speedway just keeps getting better.